Hi, welcome to the Newbie Trader's latest video. I'm going back to basics this one, so this one's all about the person that's coming from or just getting introduced into trading. So I want to basically say I'll show what it is you need and just give you a few points and tips to get you started. So a lot of people have actually come from Profit Accumulator, Odds Monkey, some match betting sites. With match betting, it's quite easy. You get your back odds, you got your lay odds, and then you get your free bet. And basically, whatever you manage to profit you manage to make from that free bet, it's already signed in before you make the trade, and it's done, and that's how much money you get. Nice and easy money, and it was a great thing for a while. I'd say for a good couple of years. I made a lot of money from it myself, but all good things was come to an end. And it's fair to say now that match betting at this moment in time is coming to an end. There's a lot of people now leaving match betting, and they're looking for the next thing, which is normally trading. So what do you need to start trading? Well, if you come from a match betting background, you've already got a Betfair account, what you should have, or S Markets, whatever one you prefer. I use Betfair. There's a lot more liquidity that comes into the market. So what do we mean by liquidity? That's the amount of money flowing through the market, and it's quite important. But we'll go on to that in a bit. I just want to show you what you need. So you need the Betfair account. Why a Betfair account? Well, you need an exchange account. So Betfair, S Markets, BetDAC. There's a couple others I've not already mentioned, but the main two are Betfair and S Markets. Betfair being the out-and-out leader because of the actual money that flows through the Betfair market. It's a lot higher. With an exchange, I'm sure you already know, but if you don't know, you can back and lay. So the difference between back and lay, well, backing, so if you see the top results there between Chelsea and Real Madrid, if I think Chelsea are going to win, I can back Chelsea at 2.16, which is roughly 6 to 5. If I don't think Chelsea will win, I can lay Chelsea at 2.18, which is roughly not far off. Just probably tick out. So basically what that means, if Chelsea win and I back them to win, then I win how much I put on times 2.18, which is roughly, if I put a tenner on, I win just over £10 back. If I don't think Chelsea will win, I can lay them, and whatever money I put on, so if I put a tenner on Chelsea, let's just click on that for a minute. And I was to put £10 on. What you then have is your £10 back. So basically what you're doing when you lay a bet, you're betting with somebody else that Chelsea aren't going to win at 2.18. So if Chelsea win, I win my tenner. Basically, if Chelsea lose, I have to pay out £11.80, which is what my liability is. So just be careful of that. And also, I just want to say, if you bet below 2.18, so if I was to do that again, I can't really do it on this one. If I was to cancel that, do it this way. Go 2.12. I can actually alter the price. So if I put my £10 in here, right, that's a lay bet, yeah? So at the moment, nothing's been placed on that trade, not even signed in, to be honest. Because if I don't think Chelsea are going to win, but I want to alter the price into the market, I just want to show you this now. So 2.0 is evens, so anything above 2.0 means that it's above evens. Anything below 2 is obviously below evens. So I just want to show you the liability. So at the moment, if I was to place the £10 trade at 2.2, I'd be paying back £12 liability to win £10. If I was to go below, suddenly just watch my liability now. If I was to say 1.87, suddenly it becomes a bit more profitable. Suddenly I'd be only losing £8.70 to win £10 back. Minus Betfair 2%, 5%, whatever you don't at the time. Okay, so just be careful of that. But yeah, that's basically the difference between a back and a lay. Let me just cancel that off. Cancel all selections. Okay, so that's the difference between a back and a lay bet. Play your back in at 2.16. You'll be backing, say, an outcome will happen, so backing Chelsea to win tonight, or I can lay Chelsea to win tonight. I can also back the draw and lay the draw. So if I don't think it's going to be a draw, I can lay that, or I can back the away team and lay the away team. So that's the difference with an exchange. You can back and lay the selections in the market. On a normal bookie exchange, I can't do that. I only can. So basically, what happens is I act as the bookie, and the Bet365 are the exchange. So basically, I'm paying £10, and if it doesn't win, I lose my £10. If it does win, then I get my £10 plus whatever this is. That's what the opposite to a liability. On the exchange, odds are a lot higher. So notice they were 2.1 something, 2.18, I think they were, 2.2 to win. They're only 2.05 here. There's a lot of reasons for that. For instance, the bookies will add on their own little profit margins, which means the odds are less, whereas in Betfair they don't, which means the book is a lot closer, and you end up with a better profit margin on an exchange. I don't want to really go into too much detail right now. This is only a beginner course. So that's your Betfair exchange. So to start trading, you need an exchange. You can't trade without an exchange because you need to back and lay. You also need a betting bank. Now what do we mean by a betting bank? That's money set aside different to your own money. How much of that depends on yourself. Now if you go onto these websites and that, they say, oh, you need £1,000, you need £2,000 betting bank. The bigger the betting bank, that helps. But if you're starting out and you're just learning, 50, 100, 200, it's good enough as long as you keep within your staking limits. I'll do my staking. So basically, with your betting bank, if you've got £200 and you break that £200 into 100 parts, 50 parts, or 20 parts, whatever you want to decide, however risky you want to be. So if we break it down to say 100 parts, what that would mean is you divide 200 by 100, and basically what you end up with is something like £2 to trade, and that's what you use as your stake, £2. And then as your bank builds, so does your stake. So you never basically run out of money if you keep to a strict staking limit. Don't be tempted by throwing money away and going double your stake, because that's a quick fire way to losing your betting bank. So always stick to your stake, and always make sure that you stake is well within the limits of your betting bank. Trust me, it does work. If you tend to stick to your stake and you keep within the limits of your betting bank, then you're always going to make profit. You're going to get some losers, but overall, if your strategy is right, then you will end up with a profit over time. Okay, but trading isn't like profit accumulators. Trading, it doesn't guarantee you money like profit accumulator does. In trading, you will have losers. There's no way of getting around it. You will have that loser, and the trick is to accept the losses and keep them to a minimum, and make sure your gains are good. As long as you win more than you lose, you're going to make a profit. So what is stopping that? What are the biggest things to stop your bank growing? Well, the first one and the biggest one for me is a fear of missing out. And this is one of my biggest flaws in trading is you'll be trading on a Saturday afternoon. You've got your trade lined up, and suddenly there's a goal before you get your trade on, and you got it because you want to put that trade on. There's no way about it. You are gutted. And then you do it a second time, and then there's a goal again, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, this is the gods against me." And then the third time, you think, "Right, I'm going to take bigger odds. I'm going to put more in to make up for my losses," because you're already in your head. You think that you've lost money on them, so money you could have gained. So you tend to go for odds that's bigger than what you're allowing. So say you're looking at odds of 1.5. You want to lay the first two. Suddenly you think, "Well, I'm not going to let that miss out this time. I'm going to increase the odd margin, so I'll go to 2 or 1.8 or whatever." But that one's a loser, and you've not only not lost on the first two because you haven't put any money on, but now you've lost more money than what you should have done because you didn't want to miss out. So just be careful that if you miss out, you miss out. There's plenty of opportunities. Football, horse racing, golf, tennis, whatever you're trading, it doesn't make a difference. There's always going to be other matches to go on, and you're always going to get on some. So just keep that in mind. Fear of missing out is one of the biggest reasons why people lose their betting bank. Second one is the one to get rich quickly. They see trading as a get rich quick, and they tend to chuck loads of money on, and suddenly they're broke. Suddenly their betting bank's been bust, and they've got no money. And you think, well, this is meant to be my utopia. This is meant to be the money's been come from match betting. I've come into trading. Same, isn't it? Similar? No, it's not. You get losers, unfortunately. Football's unpredictable. Horse racing is unpredictable. Any sport you play is unpredictable because it involves a human element. And you're going to get losses. And you need to accept that you're going to get losses. And you need to accept that you need to be disciplined. You go through the best traders in the world and they've got one thing in common. They're all disciplined. They all stick to their staking plans. They've all learned some great techniques along the way. But discipline is one of the biggest attributes you can have for a trader. So just keep that in mind when you come to start trading. You need a Betfair account, you need a betting bank, and you need a staking plan. So you divide your betting bank by 100 parts, and then or 1,000 parts even. 1,000 parts would be better, divided by 1,000 parts. So if you've got a betting bank of £200 and you divide that by 1,000 parts, you're going to get £2 a stake, and that's great. So especially when you're learning, you don't want to be making massive mistakes and costing you a massive lot of money when you're learning. You just basically what you want to do is, while you're learning, minimum stake £2. Let's keep our losses to a minimum. And that's basically the start of part one. You come from match betting, as I said, you're into exchange. You should already have a betting account if you have a Betfair account or a S-Market account if you come from match betting. If you haven't, that's the first thing I would do is go and get myself a Betfair account, and I'd put a staking plan so that I keep that money separate to the rest of your money, and you need a staking plan. So how much are you willing to risk of that betting bank per trade? As I said, I split mine by 1,000, and I use mine as and when. And as your bank grows, you use what we call compounded interest. So every month, you then divide that by 1,000. So whatever your total is at the end of the month, you divide it by 1,000, and that's your new banking stake, the new stake to use. Okay, and keep doing that monthly, and your profits soon grow. Okay. So once you've done that and you start trading, what you'll find is Betfair can be a bit clunky. It can be a bit slow, especially when you want to get a trade on or if you're scalping. So, okay, I've gone to a different aspect now. So what is scalping? Right, scalping is basically, I'll show you what scalping is in a bit on the software. It's easier to use the software than it is on this. But if I was to click on, these are what they call ladders. Okay. And if I was to click on this one, it gives you a ladder. So there's your correct score market, here's your both teams to score market, and here's the odds market. Okay, if I was to click into horse racing, I was to go into the forward clock. Okay, you've got the ladders. Okay, this one's suspended, but it doesn't really make a difference. And again, all you can see is the back price and the lay price of the horses in question. So this one, style choosing now. Let me have a look. I've got a different one. Let's go in the 430. There you go. So it gives you three prices each way. So the back bet. So that's the next bet down. That's the next bet down. So that's how much. So the money underneath is how much money's waiting in the market. So at 2.84, someone's got £63 waiting to be matched. At 2.82, there's £19 waiting to be matched. At 2.86, there's £37 to be matched. At 2.9, there's £55 ready to be matched. This is the lay side of the market now. At 2.92, you've got £28 ready to match. At 2.94, or 2.96 now, you've got £32 to match. But that's your basic view of the market. That's all you have. Okay, is the one price, and it's quite difficult to try and trade using the Betfair market in this way. It takes a bit of time. You can't. The only way you could possibly do is if you wanted to go onto CSET and you wanted to click that, then you could put your prices in. So you could say, okay, I want to bet this one at 3 and I want to lay this one off at 2.98, which is roughly a tick below. Okay. That's basically the way you do it. The moment's on 2.9, so you could say, okay, I want to go 2.88, 2.96, and that's how you back and lay on a Betfair exchange. It's not the best. And look at the difference in the price anyway, it's not really matching up. So, but it's good to start out with. If you're starting trading, it's good to start out with. It's good to actually get going, learn about the markets, learn how it works. Football's much easier, as I said, with football. You can do exactly the same. You can put your back and you can put your lay in. So you can put where you're going to choose to back, you can choose what you're going to use to lay. And then as a goal goes in, you can alter it accordingly, the way it goes. What people are using now when it comes to trading is software. I use BetAngel, and there's loads out there that you can use. Just type it in. I think there's Geeks Toys you can use. There's Fotbot, I think it's called, you can use. BetAngel is probably one of the more expensive ones out of them all because it includes software, automation. What I mean by automation is you can automate your bets, you can automate your trades throughout the day. As long as you've got your bot working correctly, you can automate your trades, so you don't have to beat the screen when the trade goes off. But I want to show you what software does. So we're going to go into the best way to show this is obviously through horse racing. So I'm going to do racing and I'm going to go into the UK Irish markets. What that basically does now, it'll add all the the UK and Irish markets. What time we're looking at? 6:10, so we'll go to 6:20, and then we'll load that onto the ladder. Suddenly now you've got lots of options. This is the ladder. You can then see what prices are available. So obviously the back price is on the left hand side and the laid price on the right hand side. There's the name of the horse and how much is actually matched so far in the market. So at the moment, this is for £41,000 being matched in this market alone, and we have 8 minutes until it's due to run. And you can get clicking. So again, you can look at 4.8. You can start clicking up and down on these ladders. So you can put your bet in pre-match. So if I want to go 4.8, if I was scalping the market, I'll explain a bit that about now. Scalping is when you back at one price and lay lower. You can lay 1 or 2 ticks, it's up to you. And what I mean by ticks is each one of these is a tick. So from 4.8 to 4.7 is 1 tick. I just want you to know the difference in the tick. So obviously if you're looking at the market up till, so let's go from 1. They go in increments, and again increments of 1 until you get to 2. Then they go by 2s. So two ticks is 1. Well, from 2.24 to 2.22 is 1 tick. And you get to 3s, and then it goes up even further. It goes up by 5s. And you get to 4, and it goes up by 1. So just be aware of that when you do trade, the difference in the increments between the ticks. And the difference between these and this is going to be a lot different to this and this, because that's only 1 tick. Well, that's actually now 5 ticks. So there's going to be a lot difference in price as you go up the market. Like about these is you press enter and it automatically takes you to the center of the page again. So there you go, we're back to the center. Scalping. So basically if I wanted to scalp, there's a couple ways I can do it. I could do it the manual way, so I can actually click on 4.4 and then place a back bet on 4.3. And then the difference between the 2 ticks, which is probably going to be about like 2 pence, I get a profit. Okay, that's my profit. I could do it automated, so there's a thing called offset your bet, which is this one. So I click on that, I go offset my bet, and then I can offset it by 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks. Okay, and then what that'll do is when I place a back bet on the back side, it will then automatically place another bet how many ticks I've got there. So I've got that one tick, it'll automatically place a bet at 4.5. So if I put it at 4.6, it'll automatically place me back bet at 4.5, and then both should get mashed. If I put 2 ticks, if I bet at 4.6, it puts it to 4.4. So the software is a way to go forward if you are looking at trading, especially if you're scalping. It's a lot quicker, a lot faster, you can see a lot more. If I was to go back into Guardian and I was to go into the soccer, and I can click all today's matches. So Chelsea are playing today, we've just been on the Chelsea game. There they are, and then it gives you all the different markets that you wanted to load up. So let's go into match odds. It's all in match order, and then click add. That'll then bring me the Chelsea game into my Guardian. You probably have got that many markets now open. Where is it? There it is. There, it's loading in now. Problem I've got is I'm still loading up these as well, so because I got the match loaded into the race loaded into Guardian, that warning is like I got a 5-minute warning. So I got like the next race, which is this one, the Leopards down, will kick off in 5 minutes. This one kicks off in 5 minutes. That one kicks off now. Waiting for the Chelsea games to be loaded in. There you go, Chelsea Real Madrid. If you right click on that, and then you can display in the one page screen. So this is your Betfair screen as normal. And then you've got your ladder, which gives you your match odds in the ladder screen. So software is the best way, I think, of trading. I don't know what the price is. I mean, I pay every 3 months for this one. I know Fotbot is a lot cheaper, and I know Geeks is a lot cheaper. And they're great ways to actually do your trading. All roughly the same. You've all got your ladders. You got your ones. You got your one-click markets. This one I like, it's got Dutch in on it, and so on, which is a lot more advanced trading. So if you are looking to get into trading, you want to look at A, you need a Betfair account. B, you need a bank. So whether it's £200-300 separate away from your own money, and then you need a staking plan. So how much of that bank are you willing to risk per trade? Split it down. So I do 1,000, as I said. If you've got 200 quid, split that down by 1,000. It's roughly £2 a trade, and then you build it up as you go along. That way, and then once you get started, you then need to look at some software to make that trading a bit quicker. As you're going through the process, I think especially if you learn how if you're scalping, and I think that's a big thing you need is software. I hope this has helped you along the way. Let me just come off that Angel. Come off that one. That one. I hope it's helped along the way to get started. I've got other videos on my newbie trader site. Have a look at them, and feel free to browse through. We've also got a Trader Edge, or Trader, sorry, we've got that's what we're looking at, Telegram is what I'm looking for. I have got a Telegram site on the channel on Telegram, so if you want to jump along and learn along with us, then feel free. I'll leave a link in the comments box section of this video. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.